So the amount of time and effort I have spent into putting off making this video is pretty ridiculous. You know, I've been meaning to do it for honestly well over a month now, but you know, I just keep saying, oh, you know, I don't have time, or I don't feel like sitting down and filming it tonight, or you know, I don't have my makeup done, I need to go do that first, and just all these things, just putting off the inevitable of, you know, just jumping back into making a video, because it's been a while. I'm sure everyone is aware, but I put it off for so long that I finally I was like, you know what, just bite the bullet. Don't do your makeup, don't worry about what you're wearing, don't worry about whether you've got this planned out or anything, just sit down and talk to the freaking camera. So here I am. Luckily I'm not having as bad of an acne outbreak today, so I don't feel quite so terrible about having my face on camera au natural. But yeah, it's been a while, guys. The last video I posted was my reaction to the penultimate episode of the last Ruby volume. I never even put out the finale. I did finish it. I recorded my reaction to the finale, but I just kind of had my breaking point before that. So, first of all, why did I leave? Why have I been gone so long? So there are many reasons, but I think the biggest contributing factor was, as many of you know, in 2019 and even a bit earlier into 2018 as well, I had to deal with some major online bullying and harassment, because I made one tweet saying that I thought Rooster Teeth did well in firing Vic Mignogna, because I thought, you know, he was a creep. And, you know, I stand by that opinion just from what I've seen and what I've heard. But I made one tweet. A couple of trolls pounced on it and just began to obsess over it. And I quickly became a big target for the hashtag I stand with Vic little mercenary group out there. And so the next few months was just constant harassment, death threats, threats against me and my friends, if we went to RTX that year, which we did, and thankfully there was nothing bad that happened, because, you know, as with most internet trolls, they're all bark no bite. But that went on for several months, and the things that they would dig up to use against me, there's only so much I can let slide off my back, in terms of, you know, sticks and stones and break my bones, words never hurt me. But they would bring up, because I've always been very open on this channel, and just in my social media field overall, in my mental health struggles, my past relationship struggles, my life struggles, just because, you know, I think it's important for people to not put on a persona when they're given any kind of platform, no matter how small. And, you know, I want to just present myself as who I am, warts and all. And so I've never been ashamed about hiding that kind of thing. But they brought it up in some pretty horrible ways. I think the breaking point was when one particularly cruel troll decided to bring up my past with self-harm. And I don't know, you know, it became a lot. And then when you combine that with just all the, just dumb YouTube hate I'd received over my time on this channel, it's just, I still get death threats. I still get most of them, of the horrible comments I get are on the last episode of Death Note that I did, because I didn't like it. I still, every other day, I will open up my emails and find a notification that someone else has commented on there, insulting me for my opinions. But, it's just, when you've got all that thrown at you just day after day, over and over, it does start to wear at you. Even like the most mentally healthy person, which I am not. And so I just hit a point where putting myself out there no longer felt safe, and I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. Because yes, there's a lot of positivity in putting out content, and I love everyone who would comment on my videos or talk on my Discord or anything like that and hang out. But it just, the ratio of positive to negative just became too much for me, and I lost interest. I didn't want to make videos anymore. I didn't want to put myself in front of a camera. I didn't want to show my face. I was just burned out. And honestly, the content was kind of burning me out too, because when I started this channel, I didn't plan on being an anime channel. I didn't plan on it at all. I mostly started with Rooster Teeth stuff because that was what I knew and what I was watching at the time. And I still love Rooster Teeth content. I still watch it. Still want to do some reactions to Ruby, especially because Ruby has been a big part of my life. But, I started Death Note and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood as just kind of like let's just jump in and try something I haven't seen before. And then it just kind of took over my channel because there was so much I hadn't seen before. And then it was just, I just felt pressured to watch certain shows, to keep going with shows even if I didn't really feel like watching them, to, be this certain kind of channel that everyone kind of expected me to be. And that's never what I wanted. I have very wide, varied interests, and I just felt like I got pigeonholed into something that, it's not that I didn't want to be, known for trying out new anime kind of thing, but I feel like there's just so much more creatively that I wanted to do, and I felt like that was just kind of taken out of my hands just from what everyone else wanted. So yeah, I burned out, and I burned out hard in a lot of ways. And I didn't plan it. I just one day just stopped filming, stopped uploading, didn't even put up my last video that I did have filmed, So yeah. Now, where have I been? That's the next item on the docket. Because, it's not all just about the YouTube stuff, because, that was bad, but I've been dealing with some other stuff. Everyone has, but it's been quite the past year and a half for me. Yeah, after I graduated college, I started spiraling downward again with my mental health issues. I just found it hard to start getting out of bed in the morning again, to do even the simplest tasks, sort of thing. And I kept just saying like, oh, I'm gonna get back on my feet, it is just a couple more days and I'll be fine, just get through this and, I'll be up and working again, that's fine. That's not how it works. It's really not. But I tried. I kept trying to, just push through it of my own free will. I even got a job. I worked retail, which, as anyone who's retail knows, not great for the mental health either. I was not treated well there by customers or employees, and there's my psyche was already so bad, and then getting treated as less than human day after day without any compassion from any other human being was just... I ended up being forced to quit my job because of my health issues and the panic attacks it was giving me, and I would freeze up in the morning and I just could not get myself to go to work because I knew that I was just walking into pain and terror for me. And so that kind of shook things up a bit. And I ended up in a massive rut after I quit my job because once again, here I was, feeling like there was nothing I could do right, that I was worthless, that I was lazy, and none of that's true, because the biggest thing about mental health is that it tries to tell you that you're not sick. Mental illness, it's the most insidious of diseases in that way, in that it tells even you that there's nothing wrong with you, when obviously there is. Like, my brain chemistry is screwed, and there's nothing I can do about that. Just, there's no magic, make it all go away thing. So, yeah. I end up in a sort of bad place. Very depressed, very complacent, not complacent, but I couldn't bring myself to do anything, and I just kind of, it's almost like I wanted to kind of erase myself from the world, if that makes sense. Not in a suicidal way, just don't get me wrong. Been there, bad experiences with that, but not anymore. But just, I didn't want to be in any pictures anymore. I didn't want to be on film. I didn't want to bother anyone around me, even my friends. I didn't want to put myself out there in any way. I just kind of wanted to shrink away and just not be in any kind of public eye. And I just end up battling my self-esteem really hard because I'd been putting on weight. I wouldn't go to the gym. I had really bad acne breakouts because of all the stress. It's just one thing after the other, and I didn't even want to look at my own face anymore. And it's just my really bad self-esteem. And so, just in more ways than one, I just kept trying to back out of everything. I mean, I still play D&D with my friends on Thursdays and Fridays. We stream those, so I don't know if anyone on here has ever watched any of that, but I still did that because it was easy, because they're my friends, and they lift me up when I need it, and it's easier to play D&D with them and put myself out there for that, because also, in a way, I'm not being myself, I'm being characters. And yeah. So I reached a turning point this summer where I think it happened when I went on vacation with my family. It was still in kind of early days of COVID and in a very rural area, so there wasn't a lot of other human interaction. It was just an outdoors trip sort of thing. But it was a lot of nature, a lot of hiking, sightseeing sort of thing. And I don't know what it was, but I just felt like I could breathe for the first time. Like I found myself writing poetry on a lakeside, and I hadn't written poetry since college. And I just found myself wanting to do things. It wasn't like there was a switch of I was suddenly able to do things, but I just felt that yearning again, that yearning to create that I've always had, that drove me to start the channel in the first place. And there was just like a snap of, I want to try again. I want to be making things again. I want to be enjoying things again. And so when I got back from vacation, I went to my psychiatrist and I asked him to reassess me. And I was finally officially diagnosed with ADHD, which I now know I've probably had for quite a while, because people always put ADHD as like the hyperactive, like bouncing off the walls kind of disorder, and that's just not what it is. It's attention deficit. I could not focus on anything. I could not focus on one thing. I'd want to do something, but my brain would be telling me a million other things, a million reasons why I shouldn't, other things I could do, to the point where I just put everything off. And being diagnosed with that, it was just a sigh of relief that, I'm not lazy, I'm not just, screwing my life up, that there's, yet another mental illness on top of everything, but I know that there's something wrong there and I can take steps to fix that. So I got on medication and I've been working on getting back on my feet. I redid my room. I started applying for other jobs. I'm currently tutoring, which is, maybe not my ideal job, but it pays bills. It pays the bills. And I've been being more creative lately, and I've been getting back into cosplay and more involved in D&D and working on our Extra Life charity stream, and I just had purpose again for like the first time in a long time. And I've been wanting to get back into reacting. I want to watch TV with you guys. There's shows that I've been wanting to watch, but I put off because I feel like I could enjoy them more with other people. And, just make content that I want to make. And, if we're being perfectly materially honest, one of the reasons I want to come back, I'm not doing great on the financial situation. Tutoring only does so much. And, I would like to move out of my parents' house someday, because I'm stuck here while I'm getting back on my feet with mental issues. Thankfully, I have a very loving family who will not kick me out on the street. But, it's still, one day at a time. But I would like to get the little bit of ad revenue back, if you know what I mean. It's not the main reason why I do it, but it does help. Putting so much time and effort into something, it helps to have something that kind of, makes it financially worthwhile as well. It's yelling in the other room. So there will be some changes, and by some I mean a good amount of changes to the channel, because I am coming back. I want to make more videos, but it will be different. Because one thing I've been nervous about in recent times was returning because of the YouTube copyright system. As other reactors might know, it's been getting a whole lot worse, with videos being blocked and demonetized from the second you upload them. Just no matter what, no matter the editing, no matter anything. And that's been kind of terrifying me, seeing what my friends have been going through with that. But I want to, do what I can to fix that. So, I think I'm going to start adding watermarks to videos, gonna edit a little more heavily in creative ways, try and do some different filming techniques sort of things. Another thing is I'm going to stop putting pressure on myself to kind of cater and conform to what other people want of me or expect of me. So, I'm not going to set a schedule. I'm not going to only do certain types of shows. If I decide I don't like a show, I'm not going to continue with it. That way, if things take longer or I get unhappy again, it won't hurt me. I can work around it. I can not stress myself out to the point where I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just going to be a lot freer with it. So no schedule, no definites, no, I'm also going to just be better about not necessarily not caring what people think, because I'm never going to be able to stop doing that. I'm a very empathic person. All emotions around me, I take in like a sponge. I take in other people's words to heart, and it's just always who I am, who I've been, and I don't think it's going to change very soon, but I'm going to do better about not listening. Tuning out the haters. That sounded so dumb. I hate saying that. Tuning out the people who can only spew negativity. Just turning off comment notifications, at least. I don't think I'm going to turn off comments entirely because, YouTube algorithms and engagement and everything, but I'll be freer about deleting comments. I'll be freer about, just blocking, reporting, because at the end of the day, this is my channel. This is my channel. And I can make whatever I want. I can say whatever I want. And, if people don't like it, I'm just here for the people who want to stick around for the ride. So, I'm going to make content for me. So, no set schedule. I'm going to watch what I want to watch. I'm probably going to start trying some different videos as well. I want to still do shows. I want to still do Ruby. I want to do a couple of other animes. I will not be returning to some. I don't think I'll be doing any more reactions to Attack on Titan or Code Geass, for example. But, you'll just have to see day by day. But I want to start doing other live action content. I've been really into movie commentaries lately, and I think that would be a fun thing to try and do, even though it is a lot more work. I've even kind of wanted to be delving into the idea of video essays. I want to make different stuff. I want to make what I want to make, and I hope that people will enjoy that. I'm also going to have to redo my Patreon, kind of figure that out. Good tiers on that, because I've not managed that very well in the past. I'm still going to keep up the full reaction stuff, maybe start early access, because I know that's a big thing on Patreon. I'm gonna figure things out. It's gonna be day by day, and I hope you guys can understand that and maybe stick around and see where this goes from here. But basically, I'm back. Don't expect too much from me. And thank you to everyone who's been understanding in my absence. I know I kind of just dropped off the face of the earth, and that kind of confused and annoyed a lot of people, but I'm appreciative to everyone who's waited around, who's been understanding, and you know, I hope to just make more content that people want to see and enjoy the stuff I want to enjoy, and make my channel a beacon of positivity again, because that's what I've always wanted it to be. And I hope some of you will be along for the ride. So thank you guys, and let's see where we go from here. Bye.